just had his kidney scanned, and there's absolutely no deterioration. And he was at 11 creatinine. Now he's down to 3. But it's just amazing. He still has to taste everything he makes so he knows it's right, but then he spits it out. But what he doesn't realize, he's still getting that frequency immediately into the nervous system and into the body, so it's blocking him to a certain degree to getting well. Because when he was urinating before dialysis, and when he went on dialysis, he stopped urinating. And this is one of the biggest problems that people on dialysis face, is when they stop urinating. When they're urinating, it's good. But when they stop urinating altogether, and I'm not sure that dialysis doesn't play a role in that. That would make it, that's just like a cocaine or something. When you get a procedure that is blocking the body from doing something that is essential, this accentuates the difficulty you have in repairing that. You know, I've said this about cinnamon, which is a pharmaceutical for, like an antispasmodic for Parkinson's. That's extremely addicting. I've tried to get a lot of Parkinson's patients off cinnamon, and it's exceedingly difficult. It's just these sort of things, you know, that we go through. Oh, thank you, Coco Bev. Thank you. Thank you, you're a pretty woman yourself. I've got to keep these separate, because yesterday we filmed and I forgot to give Chris because it moved right into the clients, I forgot to give him an overview. Holy crap. Hey, Bo. How you doing, sweetheart? Here are some questions. I have 10 algams, and unfortunately I won't be able to exchange them at any time soon. Is there any way for me to detox mercury out of body while having them still? Absolutely. You know, as these things leak into tissue, it goes into the lymph system, and the lymph system has to clean the body, not the blood. Everybody expects the blood to do everything for you, and that's not even logical, you know. So looking at that lymph system, everything gets dumped in that system, so you can hold metals in place for all your life. It's like seeing sulfur in eyes. You can hold sulfur in your body all your life, and this is especially when you see people are not moving their lymph well. Then sulfur is just going to hang around because lymph is not going to carry them away. And you see that. The eyes are evidence of how that is with not only sulfurs, but iodine and a lot of other drugs show up in the eye, and they just don't go anywhere. They can sit there for a lifetime, irritating or affecting the function of cells. And so, and of course, setting up inflammation, setting up an immune response because the body's trying to get it out of there. Or sets up simple acidosis like mercury. So yeah, you want to always detoxify, get those out, even if you do them one at a time, you know. Just have them taken out. You got to detoxify your body anyway. Heavy metals, all the toxic neurotoxins, everything's got to come out of us. So that's what you want to do. Greens are good. Of course, parsley's good for all that sort of thing as well. But nothing like the grapes and their high flavonoid fruits. Real powerful at detoxification, of course. What do you recommend? Second question is, what is your protocol when getting those algams removed? Well, again, moving lymph, get the kidneys, get the adrenals. When you have it removed, I would do a lot of cilantro and parsley, you know, greens in that way. But you do them on a daily basis anyway. You know, just moving that lymph. Yeah, I mean, that's how simple this is. It goes right down to moving the trash out of the body, moving that sewer system. And of course, what we haven't understood is the role of the kidneys in that process. And so we just have to now focus on that more. And since we've been focusing on kidneys more, and we're seeing more sediment in urine, we just see all the results that takes place. When people are not getting the sediment, we see a very slow recovery period, or slow detoxification. And when we see sediment in the urine, we see an accelerated. And it's just obvious. This is just common sense. Some things are common sense, and some people I see here argue over common sense stuff that's not even, you know, worth it. I'll be able to do it in the future. Yeah. So what do I take? Do that. I take kelp anyway, just as a nice supplement. Any seaweed will help you there, Bo. But just keep moving that lymph, sweetheart, and that'll keep moving that out of you. That laugh from the no-show, we made that my day. Thanks a lot, Milk Menon. Thanks a lot for you all. Oops, I'm going to make a different pile here. Lemonade, are you still with us, sweetheart? Haven't forgot you. Just haven't come across your questions, honey. But we got a lot of them in here that I'm sure I've missed, you know, but hang in there, you all. This is a new one, and I love this icon. This is Jouz. Look at that. Isn't that neat? That lion. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Any idea what could be my issue? My arms, the folds are red. Sometimes they have this weird stuff on them, like super teeny flakes or something. Something in my shin area. These parts can get very itchy sometimes too. Also, my tongue has stayed white for a long time now. I have been eating a lot of fruits, but keep getting gas problems all the time, so it's sometimes hard to keep this up. I also try to eat completely raw foods. So what do you think?
Candida.
Well, definitely candida. Yeah, definitely candida. But the white, not necessarily on the tongue, is all candida. That is definitely lymph. That white, that's what lymph is that white stuff. You can have, obviously, candida with the itching and everything. Obviously, this is your lymphatic system. You know, the redness and thing, just showing you the acids in the body there. And so, this is all just your lymph system, my friend. The white tongue all the time just shows the condition of, and the condition of the gut. Just remember, maybe not a good thinking, but the tongue is just an extension of your bowels. You know, this is all just one big long tube, you know. And so when that becomes backed up lymphatically, or impactions on the walls of proteins and the like, you know, grains. I mean, look at all the starch. Most of it's gluten, and gluten's nothing but a friggin' glue. They still use white flour paste in China to put fans together. In Portugal, they told me one time they used white flour paste to lay these cobblestone streets. And I'm going, what? I had a guy from Jamaica said, well, we use white flour paste to put soles on shoes. So it's amazing. Now, my friend, to your lymph system, and go ahead and move that. I know it sounds redundant, but the body's only a bunch of cells and two fluids. I don't know. Where can we find something else? We don't want to find anything else. There's no, you don't go looking off on the forest way out in the woods for something that's not there, you know. So this is another case where you have to move your lymph system, my friend. Love your icon here. The Ouija bird. Ouija? Yeah, thanks, man. You got a lot of new guys there. I love your icons there. Oh, this is CB. Hey, my friend. I haven't heard that piano playing yet, man. The only thing left then is to make sure these studies are reliable, but how are we supposed to know? Well, that's the thing. I tell you, this is the thing about double-blind studies. I ran radio shows for years, and I was one time I was doing one on studies, and I was doing something. I can't remember what it was, on cancer or something, and I knew this was a medical doctor that called in. He said, well, where's the double-blind study that proves your point? And I had to almost start laughing, because that's almost like the scapegoat, because 60 Minutes did a whole show once on the fallacy of double-blind studies. And they researched a lot of these double-blind studies, and they found a lot of them were done in medical doctors' offices, the inappropriate people involved in the studies weren't monitored properly, a lot of bull crap. So I always thought double-blind study sucks anyway, and that was the same day President Clinton was apologizing to the blacks for the syphilis double-blind study, where many blacks died with syphilis, and those that got the treatment didn't, and they just wanted to see. You know, it's like that's a medical community. We'll let those people die, and just as a placebo thing, because we know this has an effect on them. I mean, even in the treatment consciousness. I don't care about double-blind studies. They're fallacy-ridden, and it's also the observation. And what they found in 60 Minutes, those who pay for the study generally win. Those who pay for the study generally comes out in their favor. I'm serious. This was 60 Minutes. You might be able to Google it and find it out. But the reality is, how does it work on you? How does it work on the patient? How does it work on Homo sapiens? How does it work on dogs and animals? What's the gig here? Common sense. We've had so much clinical practice and studies that I don't have a question in my mind. The problem we face isn't if or but, it's when, and how much work is involved in regenerating and cleaning the human body out of where we've been. I mean, we've been tracing in garbage dumps, and now we're upset because we're very involved in our health issues, and the poor young people are waking up to things they never had an idea they had to wake up to. So I feel sorry for them. You know, we're just we have to get our act together here. And I think arguing over fine points is ridiculous. Detoxification is the art, and we're I think one of the best people at it. So this is there. It's not perfect science either, because there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of traumatic healing crises for some, and others sail through it like it was butter. So everybody's different, but understanding the art of fasting and detoxification, I think, is key. And I think really our secret here has been the botanicals. I notice the herbs of light, Hippocrates, I think, are starting to use some of his. So I think if we get on board and get rid of the supplements and we start moving to the botanicals, you're going to find a far better. Those of you that have started the botanicals definitely see the difference. You commented on it yourself. Just a huge difference there. And when you start taking these botanicals, I found that, and I found that in my clinical work, my ability to help people went from here to here, way up there. Because then I had what I considered appropriate tools that were set by the Supreme Being to help us. All the other animals are using it. I think man has just gotten too laboratory oriented, you know, and all the precious animals that we've slaughtered and still slaughter in a suffering kind of way makes me want to puke. Yes, I'm definitely a PETA. I belong to PETA, and I belong to a lot of these animal rights groups, you know, and it makes me sick. Bad karma, people. Just can't treat your fellow beings, no matter what shape they're in, badly. It's not, I mean, why? Oh, this is a Klaus, Klausknuth. Hey, my friend. Got a nice smile in that face of his. This is Klaus. Dear Robert, what is salad dressing of your choice? I generally don't use salad dressings. I like to put an array of fruit veggies in my salads, like cucumbers, anything that's like avocados and stuff like that, carrots, celery. I like to really make a good tasting, because I'm one for taste. I don't like to sit there and chew on lettuce. Not my favorite food. I like fruit, you know, but I like the fruit veggies, you know, which is pretty good. Tomatoes and things like that, you know, even though they're acidic. It's hard to even get good tomatoes nowadays. If I'm, yeah, I like, you know, like a honey mustard, maybe just as specks and things, you know, just different things like that. But as a rule, I really don't use a dressing. I don't feel the need to use a dressing. But some people do, you know. Oil and vinegar, you know, apple cider vinegar. Some people use lemon, stuff like that. I don't know how a lemon is, but you know, I don't use a lemon with my salad, but some people do. I have a recipe where we blend together all the veggie fruits and carrots and things and cucumbers and onion. You make a nice dressing to pour over your salad. That's really intensely good. And
what about honey?
You could do honey, but okay.
Just giving you 3 minutes till you come in.
Okay, I know.